sitting here with a great brother and friend, Steve Mays, pastor of the fantastic Calvary Chapel South Bay in Gardena, California. What an adventure, Steve, we have lived today. It's been a wonderful weekend. I was here. You invited me to minister at your men's conference. That was wonderful. But the way tonight ended, you got to tell the story. You and I end up at a Yom Kippur Eve, what's called a Kol Nidre Jewish service in an Orthodox synagogue.
Unbelievable.
Steve, how did that happen?
I met a guy named Isaac and just shared the love of God. And I invited him to come here, Tony Perkins Sunday morning. And he came. And then he said, would you like to come and hear my type? And so God just said, go.
Here's an Israeli Jewish man,
right.
Precious soul. You bond with him, and he ends up saying, will you come to the Kol Nidre, this special service, most sacred service of the year on the Jewish religious calendar? And you, as a Gentile pastor, say yes. And folks, I wish you could have been there to hear Isaac say, a man like him, he turns to me, he knows I'm Jewish by birth, so there's a little bit of chemistry going on there.
Definitely.
And he says, a man like him, meaning Pastor Steve, doesn't do things like this. He was so moved, so impressed that you would come. And the only reason I came was because I was your guest.
Right.
But then he turns to me and honors me because he had the right to choose who would go up to the bima, the platform in the synagogue, and hold one of the scrolls.
Right.
I was holding one of the smaller ones. It was still a supreme honor, and I have you to thank for that, because I wouldn't have been there, and Isaac wouldn't have done that had I not been your special guest. The only reason you didn't get to do it is because you're a guy.
I couldn't do it.
You're not Jewish. But it was just such a special night.
I tell you. And to see your face, because you lost your father.
Yes.
And there you are on stage carrying the Torah.
And I was thinking of Dad, and I was crying. I was crying up there holding that scroll.
I know. What an honor.
It was such and I have you, Pastor Steve Mays, to thank for one of the most memorable Yom Kippurs I've ever had. Of course, as believers, we know Jesus entered once into the holy place to make atonement, and that's permanent. And so we have that joy, which Isaac doesn't yet have.
Nope.
But I think maybe on his way, the longer he knows
Amen.
you. Folks, if you're near Gardena, California, you have to go to Calvary Chapel South Bay. This is like the only church in Southern California. Did I say that? But let's just say it's the only church that I'm telling you got to attend. I was at other Calvary Chapel churches while I was here. Wonderful friends of yours. We're overstaying our welcome. We got to go, but I wanted you to know about this experience. It was very special.
Unbelievable. God bless you, and continue praying for this man who we love. Blessings.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
Bye-bye.